I'm Tracy Baxter with today's Record Newswatch. A county bridge that had been badly damaged by Tuesday's flash flooding in Livingston Manor has been reopened, part of the ongoing recovery effort following Tuesday's flash flooding along Cattail Creek. The damaged 2 homes, damaged roads, and knocked out 3 bridges. The reopening of the bridge to Finch Street had been considered a top priority. This latest flooding in the manor will revive talk about the need for more flood protection projects in that flood-ravaged section of Sullivan County. But any effort will be hampered by the lack of funding on all government levels. Plus, there's another potential challenge to consider.
We also have another element that we have to face, and that is that the Livingston Manor area is very popular for trout fishing. And if they were to go into these rivers and streams and change the way the water flows, that evidently will also affect how and where the trout will live, and also affect the fishing. And that is a very strong constituent group, and that's also to be faced and you know, figure out how they're going to make this work. It's got to be good for everybody when we're all done, but at this point that solution has not been worked out.
Today, Town of Rockland Supervisor Ed Whiteman said town officials are compiling an inventory of the damage to roads and bridges, as well as to private property. The search is on in the city of Newburgh for this man, who police say is a registered sex offender who assaulted his ex-girlfriend. Police say 28-year-old Rosendo Perez Villalobos snuck into the woman's apartment and choked her in the shower. He had been deported to Mexico in 2011 following a previous attack on the 38-year-old woman. Anyone with information on the whereabouts of Perez Villalobos is asked to contact Newburgh City Police at 561-3131. In Orange County Court today, a Warwick man was sentenced to 10 years in prison for the armed robbery of another man back in January. Eric Mannings had pleaded guilty to first-degree robbery for the gunpoint heist near the Mitchell Corner Shopping Plaza in Warwick. His girlfriend, Caitlin Slicker of Warwick, pleaded guilty to an attempted robbery charge and was sentenced to time already served. Police say the amount of money taken totaled $6. The battle lines are being drawn in Goshen, where Orange County legislators remain divided over the future of the county's Valley View Center for Nursing Care. During a lengthy meeting of the legislature's Health and Mental Health Committee Wednesday, lawmakers debated the merits of a recent special committee report that criticized Valley View management and suggested the facility's expenses have been overstated. The legislature must soon decide whether to include funding in the county budget to keep Valley View open and in county hands in 2013. During the meeting, County Executive Ed Diana restated his warning that funding Valley View next year will mean raising taxes above the state-imposed cap and laying off county workers.
Every nursing home public assistant in the state is being looked at. How to maintain it, how to keep it open, how to close it, how to do whatever. I don't want to close it. What county exec in the world want to close their own nursing home? None. None. I want to be able to maintain it. But we can't do it under public rule anymore. We just can't do it.
An opponent of the sale, Democrat legislator Roxanne Donnery, labeled those statements scare tactics. Elsewhere, a town of Wallkill man accused of killing his 90-year-old father almost 3 years ago has now been found competent to stand trial. 60-year-old Thomas Martin had been in and out of forensic psychiatric care since his arrest on murder charges in November of 2009. Police say Martin strangled to death his father, Lester Earl Martin, then hid the body in the basement of the family's home on Scotchtown Calabar Road for more than a week. State police were called to the house and made the discovery after the 2 men didn't show up for Thanksgiving dinner. Psychiatrists have now determined that Martin is mentally competent and that the murder case can go forward. If your child develops a severe cough that is diagnosed as pertussis or whooping cough, he or she will need to be absent from school for 5 days. That's the word from state health officials who say cases of the highly contagious bacterial infection are on the rise. There have been 65 cases so far this year in Orange County compared to 45 all of last year, and 3 new cases already involving school children in the county since the new school year began. And Orange County Health Commissioner Dr. Jean Hudson says there's good reason to insist that infected children stay home.
If you go and see the doctor and your child or yourself have been diagnosed with pertussis or presumptive pertussis and are treated, you must stay home for 5 days or keep your child home for 5 days to stop spreading it. And that's very difficult, I know, but it's so important because the state is really enforcing that because we're just seeing so many increases in cases, and we're so concerned that some of our more vulnerable community members may catch this with fatal results, particularly babies in the first year of life or children or adults with underlying medical conditions.
The Centers for Disease Control attributes the national rise in whooping cough cases to the decreased immunity of older children who received a weaker version of the pertussis vaccine. And it's an effort designed to increase public safety in Orange County. Today, county officials distributed interoperable radios to police agencies and emergency responders. It's part of a project to improve radio communications among county public safety agencies and Orange County's E911 Emergency Dispatch Center in Goshen. Radios are expected to help eliminate communication problems that have popped up in the past between emergency response agencies. The radios were purchased with Homeland Security funding. There's more good weather in the forecast as we head into the weekend. It'll be mostly sunny and pleasant Friday with temperatures reaching the mid-70s. Saturday, the first day of fall, will feature a mix of sun and clouds with the highs expected to reach the upper 70s. Keep clicking back here at Record Online to find out news when it breaks and stay connected to all that is happening by reading the Times Herald Record. For Record Newswatch, I'm Tracy Baxter.